Old jealous ass, boozy ass nigga. That's right, motherfucker. So to see back and say fuck all my enemies for 2025. Only real niggas gon' survive. Fake snakes, backstabbing, two-faced motherfuckers. You gon' fall by the wayside. Real niggas gon' ride. So rough, so tough, my life beat. Still money over all bitches. It's a king's destiny. Please on the black queen for the black king. No more female backstabbing, Jezebel. But life is already a living hell. Or a black male living in a satanic hell. I used to be doing time in that prison cell. Not living as a millionaire, living in my third mansion. Finally got a form of paradise in my first life on God's green earth. And at my birth, I was destined to be a stand-up white nigga. Standing perk up, nigga, on my square. Guerrilla warfare is a nigga's expertise. So the secret gon' be small below the M16. With the fucking magazine, with a warrior like me is on the scene. I'm a nigga real hard, up under my hard coat. I keep that hand grenade in that 4-4 close. Ready to explode on my foes. Nobody knows the trauma that I've been through. Fuck the world, they always judging a black man in this racist red and white and blue nation. Motherfucker, these are my trials and tribulation to the fucking nation. These are my trials and tribulations. These are my trials and tribulations. See the black man trials and tribulation. Started with slave ships, a white man with a whip. Stuck on a slave plantation. That street life that I live propelled my prison incarceration. Trap black in the belly of the beast. See the world don't care how we eat or how we die. Don't get black people don't rise as the nation. Now I'm on probation at the new job site. Open lane, turn out right according to the plan. Cause this black man been through some trials and tribulation. To being locked down in cell blocks and shot down on wild blocks. While you can sell blocks, my heart couldn't stop. I couldn't die, but I cried when my little brother died. My grandma too, I was locked out in those prison blues. When she made that spiritual transition back in 2005 and out the blue. People that I thought I knew, turned their back on me, they start acting funny. When my money went low, they tried to play me short of course, so you see got that bounce back. Checked on that cat like Escalade, and I ain't got to think about getting paid. Every rock him, make a motherfucking clap to this ambitious music. Make a nigga wanna swing back at the opposition. And fuck these punk ass politicians. They ain't got no love for his blacks, cause they lack compassion for humanity. But this world wanna label this black man insanity. But still what's relevant for my black nation. This is my trials and tribulation. Trials and tribulation. These are my trials and tribulation. Trials and tribulation to the nation. These are my trials and tribulation. Trials and tribulation. Trials and tribulation.
You better recognize my
It's that spiritual commando. Like the candle, call on that work I shango. I might get a nigga handle before I go off the handle and spend no clips. Take a trip through my weapon. What a whole fucking world slept on the prophecy of the ominous seven-headed beast coming out the sea. I can see the hit beast in me and human gin moving daily among us. The same motherfuckers are hundreds of trees in the south. Every time I speak this real shit out my mouth. Who's ass niggas be out the dirty of my name. Lame ass people don't know shit about me. They don't know my pain, they don't know my agony, the tragedy that I suffer in this wicked ass nation. These are my trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations. These are my trials and tribulations to the nation. These are my trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations. And yeah, my motherfucking trials and tribulations. Yeah, I've been waiting to tell you motherfuckers how I motherfuckers feel. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all you bitch motherfuckers. I hope you get killed. I hate you punk motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers. Yeah, I got something to say to all you anti-black motherfuckers, fuck the United States government, fuck the motherfucking armed forces, fuck the racist police force. Of course, I said that motherfucking shit, and fuck all you backstabbing, punk motherfuckers that be swinging from whitey's dick. Know who the fuck I'm talking to, and you motherfuckers down south, make my name taste like a rat shit in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga that you fuck with, he the fucking cops. He the fucking cops. He just won't stop. That's the reason why I'm on fucking probation. You know what I'm saying? In this motherfucking nation. These are my trials and tribulations. That nigga's a bitch, nigga. He don't wanna see the shit. He said the fucking police. Trials and tribulations.
Peace and black power, peace and black power. Those are my trials and tribulations. That's a song that I wrote. I don't own the rights to the beat, you feel me? But I wrote that lyric to the beat when I heard it. You see what I'm saying? Give me props as an OG, still can write his own music, his own lyrics. What you mean I ain't a boss? I own my own music. And when you own your own music and you think in those terms and you become part of this universal record label produced by top-notch people like Clive Davis, then you put your life in jeopardy. You become a slave that you say you wasn't. You say slavery don't exist. Slavery still goes on so many levels. If you look honestly and look a little deep, you agree with me when it comes to this slave master and the slave relationship. And it happens over in the music business or the entertainment business with these wicked people like Clive Davis, the untouchables who run this music industry, how wicked it is. And then the black people who are part of these fraternities, part of these record industries, they are scapegoated through the courts, or they may be sacrificed with their blood, death. When the slave get out of line, what do the slave master do? He puts the black man or the black woman or black child back in line. And it's going on in 2025 to this day on all sectors of life, especially in the workforce. I notice it. Let's talk about the great, legendary neo soul writer, legendary neo soul movement, queen of neo soul movement, Angie Stone. We know March 1st, 2025, Angie Stone's death in Mobile, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, struck us differently. I'm now breaking my silence on the legendary Angie Stone. I wanted to access the information that I researched and received before I speak on my final analysis that surround the life and death of Angie Stone. This is, in her untimely death, has a lot of people thinking she was unalive before this crash of a semi-truck that hit the particular vehicle that 9 people were in. Could this be called a van, a Sprinter Mercedes 2021 van? This has a lot of people thinking that this sister was unalive before this tragic accident. She was the only one among her entourage to pass. They never talked about the injuries of the other people that were present in the van. I call that suspicious. That stood out. She the only one died. She the only one suffered injuries. What about the semi-truck driver? Was he 33 years old? Was he injured? Did they talk any more about him? 33 is a significant number in the Masonic origin. I know a lot of you people don't believe that these devils exist on these levels. So when we get to speaking on this, you say, here's another black man with a conspiracy theorist. With a conspiracy theorist format. But I'm just coming with the facts tonight. These black celebrities either pay with their freedom or pay in death for their talent. I trade my talent to be famous. But anytime you want to sacrifice me, my number comes up, I have to go along with an agreement. When I join this music or entertainment business on the mainstream level, on the, what they call that, the 360 record deal, I could be wrong. Is it called a 360 record deal? Where you got these devils who make sure you become famous, but you got to do things to earn the slot of a big famous artist. You want to be famous. Is this how you get down? But some of us are green to these stories, or green to this lifestyle of the people who run the music industry. You call them God people, the people who run the music industry. Why they so wicked? Why do you have to commit homosexual acts to take part in a movie, or a homosexual act just to open up a record label? To succeed, you have to do things on a level that you wouldn't necessarily do, but you want to be famous. This is what goes down in the music and the entertainment business. When I began to turn over the stones in my research on Angie Stone life, I was astonished that Angie Stone was one of the pioneers of hip-hop rap that we know today. I knew that it was a rap group when I came up in the 70s, when rap first came in fruition. There was a rap group called Sequence. I thought they was from New York. I thought Sequence was from New York. I didn't know Angie B, the MC Angie B, was Angie Stone of today, the one that died. 63-year-old Angie Stone. I did not know that that was Angie Stone. I thought I knew a lot about hip-hop. This is a legendary gem that the treasure that the white man, this is what I tell my black women. How can the white man love you and they kept Angie Stone, Angie B, the rapper from Sequence, a hidden jewel from us? They owe her a lot of money for her work in the game. Playing the background role, they had a gem. They had a shiny gem hidden from the world. But they introduced this gem to us. And when she got unalive, we must speak, especially black men, because you know she made that song for us called Brother, commemorating black men when this country and the world tear down black men constantly every day. But Angie Stone was bold enough to make a song called Brother, speaking on us, giving us that fortitude, that support that the black man needs from his black woman. Angie Stone was providing it vocally, and we felt it, and we loved her for that song. So this is why I'm swinging back tonight on the beats. So you know this channel right here, it bang on the beats. They keep me underrated. They keep me underground. That's what they do to me, Underground Warrior TV. That's why it's called Underground Warrior TV. They keep the warrior underground. Because they don't want to see the warrior in his motherfucking fashion, his real fashion. They don't want to see me, Hannibal, who conquered Rome 2,000 years BC. They don't want to see me, Hannibal. They don't want to see me in my Shaka Zulu mode. They don't want to see me in my legendary Toussaint El Louverture, the Haitian general. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. That's why it's Underground Warrior TV. And you don't even subscribe to the channel. You don't like the channel because it's too pure. You don't even watch the channel. You hate the channel. But anyway, I was astonished that the pioneer of hip-hop, one of the pioneers of hip-hop was Angie Stone. And she was out of South Carolina. I thought that Sequence, the rap group Sequence, was out of New York because Sylvia Robinson, who owned Sugar Hill Records at the time, was from New York. She signed these sisters. These sisters wrote their own lyrics, performed their own skits. They wrote their own lyrics. And the jam, Funk You Right On Up, I'm going to funk you right on up, was sampled by Bruno Mars, which did not pay Angie Stone and her group $1 for sampling their music. And the legendary Dr. Dre know better. But I heard Dr. Dre don't like black women anyway. But why he did not pay Angie Stone the monies and her group for sampling her music, that Funk You Right On Up. See, I remember that song. I didn't know that was Angie B. And I thought I knew about hip-hop because I grew up in hip-hop. I was breakdancing. I did the graffiti. I breakdanced. I popped. I locked. I rapped. I did it all. I was one of the top-notch breakers in Ohio. I was one of the top-notch breakers in Ohio. I had a dance group called Chain Reaction. Everybody know about Chain Reaction. I grew up in hip-hop. Then we started rapping. What the hell are y'all talking about? How come I didn't know that Angie B, the knowledge I thought I knew about hip-hop, Angie B was Angie Stone? I'm elated to know that new information to me. See, I'm not one of these black people. When I hear other black people give up something I didn't know, I don't envy that person because that person knew and I didn't know. We got a lot of that going on in the community where one black person be speaking, other black people get envious because they don't know. It's good, man, to know. Absorb the knowledge that you didn't know. That's how you become smarter. Absorb the things that you didn't know. Listen and make that part of your library. Okay, this is something else I know. I didn't know. Stop being egotistic when we talking and speaking. We not teaching each other. We just sharing information, building. Look at that as a building block. We build. We don't say teaching. We build together. We build a pyramid when we both can converse and help each other understand particular knowledge that we didn't know. Enlighten each other. Enlighten your sister. Enlighten your brother. There's nothing wrong with it. Receive it. And so we can keep building. The more we know, the bigger the pyramid we get. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we call it, building. You know, Angie Stone, a multi-talented musical genius. Angie B, a R&B singer, songwriter, backup vocalist, was a key figure in neo soul movement. The neo soul movement. Neo soul movement. She is the queen and author of that. She never got any props. She worked with Lenny Kravitz, background performing. Wrote a lot of songs for Mary J. Blige, background singer and performer. I didn't know that D'Angelo, Angie B from Sequence, was involved with D'Angelo. I don't know if they was married, but they have a son from the relationship. Angie B, Angie Stone, married D'Angelo. She was responsible for Brown Sugar, Voodoo. She helped write and shape this artist, Mary J. Blige. In the 1990s, solo album she came up was Black Diamond, and Mahogany Soul in 2001, I believe. And the song was Brother. The hit song was Brother. And I Wish I Didn't Miss You. She was inducted into the Women's Songwriting of Hall of Fame. Did Angie Stone, y'all, die for exposing Universal Music Group? Aristia Music, she was signed to Clive Davis. Anyone connected to Clive Davis suddenly disappeared off the face of the earth, like Whitney Houston. What's up with Clive Davis? The bisexual Clive Davis who participate in sodomizing some of the artists, but he never go to jail. He's never brought to his ruins like they bring black men and black women of this industry. Why the untouchables are allowed to criminal activity on our people and nothing is done about it because they the untouchables. But you call this God-chosen people. Why is the God-chosen people who kill and maim homosexual acts are suddenly given a pass because they say they are God people? We didn't hear nothing from God to say that these are my people. We looked at a book called the Bible that was written by men, interpreted and changed and rearranged by men, and said these particular people were God people. How can you be God people and this is the things that you like to do? Angie Stone makes a IG video about how she was attacked with a needle, had to go to the medical department. They tried to take her out before they took her out. How can you look at this IG video of her exposing these people for all the monies and the royalties that were stolen from her? But you call it a conspiracy theory. But Clive Davis is an untouchable. Why is he allowed to sodomize men? His name is brought up time and time again, but he's untouchable because he had the complexion for the connection to commit these heinous crimes in the music industry. Just like Donald Trump has the connection because he has the complexion to cause an insurrection, let those people go, and be president of the United States with 50, 60 motherfucking felonies. I don't know how many felonies he got, but it's too many. You would never see a nigga in that position. And you niggas talk about it ain't no racism in America. Racism is a thing of the past. Well, why our sister had to die for exposing those folks that owe her money? Her untimely death is suspicious. It's suspicious. I'm swinging back because she made that song and had a black man's back when black women in this country right now in 2025 can't stand the black man, especially when the black man knows the truth, especially when that black man speaks against the tyranny of that slave master. The black woman hates a black man who speaks against that slave master system. That's how corrupt our sisters have became. They no longer queens to back the black man. So Angie Stone getting back tonight. She getting back tonight by a black king because she demonstrated she was a black queen. Black sister. You see what I'm saying? Rest in power, Angie Stone. Rest in power. Rest in power, Angie Stone. We know that they unalived her. We ain't got to sit around and debate with niggas who in love with the Neanderthal, who loves the white man. Them the people who going to support and don't believe that Clive Davis is connected to the death of a lot of artists. Whitney Houston is one of them. Yeah. 9 people in this particular van, this Mercedes Sprinter 2021, hit by a truck, and she the only one dies in the accident. See, you can't trust nobody. See, that backstabbing shit, somebody in her circle poisoned her. They staged this accident. Watch the people around you because they could be persuaded by the devil's money. And by the devil's money. And the people who take these jobs to unalive celebrities, black celebrities, then you are a part of a society that's going to watch you. And then you could be unalive if they think you're going to reveal what you have done for them. Just like P. Shitty, he files a lawsuit against the powerful untouchables who own the beverage and the liquor business. They put his Ciroc on the back burner because he's a nigga and he made a deal with the devil. They made him a few dollars, but they put his drink on the back burner. They wasn't selling it and promoting it. He gets mad, put a lawsuit on the untouchables who made him rich and let him get away with all these horrendous sex activities that he was part of, because they are part of it. In order to be part of this industry, you must become part of the sexual and the sacrificing activities of the music industry and the entertainment business. But only one group of people who are subject matters to be exposed for indulging in this activity, because that's the only way you could become part of this system, is to indulge in this system. Who created the system? That's just like The white man created jails, created laws, but he allowed his police to violate them laws. He allowed the police to kill black people. And when they go to jail, they don't go to jail for a long time. When they get convicted of killing us, they don't go to prison for a long time. You never seen a white police or police of that matter get life in prison for killing a citizen of the United States of America. They always have a tunnel where a light is at the end of it where they can get out. Or nothing happens at all. They find the cop not liable for shooting someone in the face that's black. They don't do nothing at all. Police are justified in the killing of black people in this country. Angie Stone died for exposing Universal Music Group. Being in bed with Clive Davis is a death sentence. And I'm going to leave y'all with the Angie Stone IG video explaining why she was a target. And they unalived our sister. Peace. Black power. Check this video out.
I need 5, 7, let me see. I need 50 people in the room before I even begin to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it until I can get, because I'm going to need each and every one of you guys after I reveal this to share this. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to my YouTube page after this, as well as my TikTok page. Anyway, what happened 2 days before my show? Whew. But God, I'm trying to keep from crying because the devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out in the restroom. My oxygen went all the way down and rendered me basically unconscious. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus, because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden. And I began to praise God and call on his name, because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be calling on Jesus. And I need to be calling him by his name. So I began to scream his name. When they brought me to is when they told me I was lucky to be alive, because I was on the floor. And sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated and God healed me. He cleared up. After 2 weeks, solid, they cleared up the blood infection. I'm just here to let you know. The only reason I hadn't been on my live and just getting with y'all on this because I had to get postured with God one-on-one. Sometimes God will make you stand still when you're doing the most you can for everyone. He will stand you still so that your complete focus can be on him. God he knew that I was about to come into some things. And as I began to come back to myself completely, I remembered everything that I was working on. I remember the people that were in my immediate circle that were supposed to be there to help me. By the time it was all said and done, the Christmas song had been snatched down for what reason. I wasn't in a position to really fight that. I had to fight to live. So I couldn't worry about that because I knew that it would take care of itself, but not without the devil trying to blame me for the mishap. Lo and behold, I won't call any names, but people quit on me because they thought it was me. Like I said, I can't call any names because I'm not that vicious. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I really don't want it to be their downfall. But I will tell you, people left me in that dark, dark moment when I really needed support. My kids were there for me. My true friends were there for me because they knew this is serious. They thought that blood infection would have damaged my heart, so I went into a lot of testing to make sure there was not heart scarring. Lo and behold, all of that came out fine. I was not scarred by the heart, thank God. But the staph infection was supposed to scar the heart and the lungs, and it cleared up, thank God. So I just wanted to be transparent with you all because I don't always have it all the way together. But I'm a hard worker. You know, I play hardball, but I love twice as hard. And because I do love my fans, and especially shout out to Raheem Devon, who got on the stage in Detroit that night in my place, and he had the entire audience say, "Get well soon." He called me, "Sis, what's going on?" And when he found out, he said, "I got you." So I owe you one, bruh. I owe you one. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, as I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. As I begin to find out things that I never had to look into, because when you hire a team of people that to some degree supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, you know, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Just stoned the celebrity that I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do for my family, which is why I worked so hard, which is why I traveled so much, which is why I did shows, because at the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? Or my problem? Oh, yeah. So you got to get a diesel crew, and I call them a diesel crew, to go in and rectify the issue, because evidently all the time that I've been working through things, they didn't get. So just to be clear, I can't say it over live. Give me your phone. I just want everybody, come on, Journey, I'm on the line. My granddaughter trying to help me, and she's slow as Christmas. Your thing went off. Anyway, go get from Shayna. Yeah. So with that being said, shout out to Van Silk. I know you didn't know this was coming, but I had to be transparent. I would try to take as many questions as I can. Let me see. Universal Music, call me. Keish join. Kathy Smith smiles. Yes, sis, get your diesel crew and go tear that. Okay. Yes, I plan on doing that. The music industry is horrible when they tell you that, it's not a straight line, I've been one to kind of play fair. I stay out of harm's way. I can't avoid trouble always, because I'll tell you this, no matter who we hook up with and how we hook up, they're always going to make it confrontational when it doesn't suit their liking. But I don't care about that. I got to pass all of that. But everybody that works hard for over 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back without looking for your money. So I got a team of people, a diesel crew, that's really trying to help me navigate things. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.